Now you can hear me okay. I don't know why, but my wavelink is not working. Oh, neither is apparently the music now. Oh, that's just because the music has like this dumb like thing. There we go. Now we gotta fix. Is this a lighting problem or a chroma key problem? Let's see. Oh, we got an ad in 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and snooze that. Because we don't need that. That should fix it. It's because I'm not wearing any green today, so it's all thrown off. So essentially we are running ads. The reason we are running ads is because we run ads every 30 minutes. Apparently every 30 minutes gives us the most bang for our buck. And that is the whole reason we are running ads today. When we get some actual people on here, we have some questions, but you know, we're just hanging out for a minute. We're gonna start working. I just spent way too long trying to I spent way too long trying to get the sound working, and I'm not as up to date as I should be. But I am repping Tailscale, and you can learn all about it today. Ask me any questions. So yeah, we're gonna try and... I am very lost. I tried to get some work done last week. So I was in San Francisco last week. I tried to do a rerun, but the hotel's Wi-Fi was stupid. So I wasn't able to do a rerun. Also, I am listening to Led Zeppelin. That didn't work. So anyway, I'm just sharing about my stream. Hopefully we can get some good Go stuff working today. And once I get all this Go stuff working, I can actually start some of my other projects. Anyway, so I will be running ads. The ad's gonna start in about 4 minutes. If you want to avoid ads, sorry, you can subscribe. Sometimes I will sync my breaks with ads, sometimes I won't. And yes. So yeah, essentially, what I think, if I remember correctly, what I left off with last time was I was trying to get this database up and running. I'm gonna add these subroutes to that database. I'm very close on this. I've added some stuff here. I added this last week. This needs to be updated. We should be on 120. I need to obviously run go mod tidy. I'm very close. I'm very close to this. I'm on exercise. Metrics and monitoring to do. I have all my exercises out. Essentially, I wanted to get these 4 exercises done in the first commit, get these ones done in the next commit, whatever. And this says it's done. Oh. I mean, I have an example code, but I don't have the exercise done, so we need to keep chugging on that. And then I do have my slides open. They're pretty empty. But I may reference them, or I may fill some stuff out as we go. I think the goal for today is definitely to figure out what game we're playing. And to go forward, I was thinking something like 20 questions. Where you have a total of 20 questions. You have a person that starts the game. And then they can add people through a random generated link. Like, essentially, it would be... Oh, that's a good idea. We would need to add that. So if I go here... this should have everything in there. I was thinking something like 20 questions, so obviously I haven't gotten that far. I just have a get username. And I need to have something that has a create game. And then a game history. Start game, join game, leave game. So this would generate a game ID and join code. This would use the join code to join a game, and this would leave the game. I don't know if we necessarily need game history, but like this would be the user's win-loss history. Game status, current game status. If there is a game in progress, return the game ID. Get list of abandoned games, and then we should be able to delete a game. Stop a game. Yeah. So this is where I'm at. Obviously, I thought I started doing some database stuff, but obviously I didn't, which is, again, kind of okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. But it's also not, like, super exciting. Twitch and Twitter start out exactly the same, you know that? Oh my goodness! Infinity TY, thank you for that follow. I'm glad to see you here. We're kind of just hanging out today. For some reason. But, you know, whatever. I think it is the Twitch API that is having issues. It's not accurately reporting the people watching. But APIs always have issues, you know. APIs are constantly doing things. Did my sounds aren't gonna work. My sounds aren't gonna work because they run through Wavelink. I guess I can't use my sounds today. How you doing? How did you find us today, Affinity TY? Excited to... Yeah, I definitely had some more stuff. That didn't get saved. Oh, it's all here. I don't have anything in the database then. I need to add more abstraction because of Go. Oh, do you like Go? You use Go? Go's great. I am listening to different... It's Infinity? Okay. Infinity. I am doing fantastic. I was in San Francisco all last week at RSA working the booth because Tailscale had a booth. But RSA is a trade show event. It's all about sales and sales numbers, and those are the most annoying events for software engineers. Let me tell you. Super annoying if you actually write software. But hey, what can I say? We're gonna go... And we're gonna go back into our Go CLI game and run Docker. And that should run my Docker Postgres. I'm not persisting any state with this, so that's fine. So how long have you been... Yeah, ask all the... You can ask a dumb question, yes. Please. Undefined game state. Sin tu amor. What secrets do I pretend to have? The top bar, which is showing battery percentage? Like on my computer? Because... Oh. That's just the configs that I have on my iTerm, because I'm using a Mac. That's what that is. In the profile. So that's what that is. Yeah, that's just part of the iTerm configs. I don't even look at it. It's just kind of default. So yeah, there's that. Connection string? What does it mean I don't have a connection string? I'm literally hard coding that. Right here, game state. Welcome to the game server. Oh, server new state. There we go. Can Linux users get it? I don't know. I don't think iTerm is available for Linux users, but there's probably like some weird knockoff. But there's gotta be. I'm sure Linux users have terminal configuration, 100%. Yeah, I mean, iTerm 2 is definitely for Mac OS. But I'm sure... Oh, look. Take a look at terminology. That's what that says. What am I working on? If you do code, so if you do the code... you can actually see the stuff I'm working on. This is a workshop for O'Reilly that I should be giving in July. But I'm actually giving it in June first. I'm giving a run through in June. So these are the coding examples and other stuff. What does it mean it doesn't have a connection string? Game state. Oh, what did I actually call that in server then? Server setup. It's just called state. Well, somebody's a lot smarter than me. Let's replace. No, we don't need that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, yes. No, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes. Cool. Yeah. I did my last O'Reilly course mostly on Twitch. And it's super helpful. Oh, I guess if Stream Elements is still talking about the HelloFresh, I should still have HelloFresh on here. Nobody's actually gonna... I think most of my viewers are actually outside the US, so I don't think HelloFresh services outside the US, which is quite hilarious. But you know, whatever. If one person happens to say yes, then... Oh, and I have my work iPad here. Do I stream daily? I wish. I mostly only stream on Mondays. Because I stream every Monday. So I usually stream earlier in the day, but today I was trying to get some work done. That didn't actually happen because yeah, anyway. I'm waiting on some feedback, but I do try to stream at least once a week, about this time period or earlier. Well, you can also check out past streams as well. If you like this lifestyle of coding, they're all on YouTube. I don't know. I mean, some people really like to learn this way, so if that's a good way you learn, then you can check all of them out. If that's not how you learn, then I hope that live interaction is good, because I love to interact with chat. That is super fun for me. Server setup 19 doesn't have a connection string. That should be a variable that's passed. It's clearly not being passed. Oh! I'm just passing the database straight? That doesn't make any sense. I must have had that just be completely generated. Yeah, this should be the connection string. And I'll just have this go be a string, because it's because I copied the code. I don't have a command for meetups anymore, do I? No, I don't. I need to change that. It's just because meetups only really make sense if you live in Utah. So, if you don't live in Utah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, yeah. I am also thinking about setting up a Discord. I don't know if I would actually use it with the benefit of a Discord, but it would be one way just to announce streams and stuff. Or get like code reviews and share stuff. I don't know. I just know that this should run now. Nope, G state, it's not gonna run on line 50 because it's called game state. What? There is no G state. It's got a, whoa. Didn't it say it was on server? Oh, this is game. server setup is our G state. Yeah, that should just be state. There we go. What? Disk is good. I use disk and abbreviation for something. Because my brain is not processing that. Oh, Discord is good. Yeah, okay. I can have a Discord ready for the next one. Next stream. I mean, I am part of like 19 Discords. I just don't use Discord. So I'm gonna have to get used to Discord. GameState.r is undefined. Yeah, that definitely needs to be exported if I'm gonna use it on game.go. Nope, main.go is not a thing. See, and that is why main is just so much easier than this dumb pattern of using the name. R is the route. And it's G.R. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Unless it's exported. Right now, the database doesn't need to be exported. There we go. And so now all of this R dot needs to be router. No. The one thing about doing the period is it doesn't always read it as a period. It reads it as just like a bang. But if you do have the period, it replaces it with a period. So it's like weird. I'm sure there's a way around that I just don't know. So this I can use R for. Oh, I can use R for the other one as well. Because that's the sub router. Is my vimrc public? Yes, it's in dot files. Okay, so this should be g.router. This needed to go back to be R because it is a past variable. I think that should work. I did just redo my dot files. I am using NeoVim though, and notice I don't have anything in Lua or really anything specific to NeoVim. It's pretty generic to just Vim. Which is okay. Oh, these need to all be exported now. I mean, actually, they don't really need to be exported. They just need to not be here. All this stuff right here. Actually, let's undo that. That should all be here. And now it can just be R. Then they don't have to be exported. This is a much better. Game state is not a thing. This can just be state. But ooh, we do need this set up first. So this can just be S now. Cool. So this is now S. That should save if you actually type it right. S is declared. Oh, S is not declared. It's because it's state, not S. But we can just have it S since it's only used like literally right here. Set up routes. Perfect. Then we have the to do add more routes. Perfect. Neoformat doesn't actually work on any of my Go files. That's why you get the error right there. But it does work on the other files. So it works on any other file that's not Go at this point. Oh, it also doesn't work on Rust. Rust uses Rust pump, which might be defined in Neoformat. I'm sorry. Which might be defined in Neoformat. Quoting tweet. Last week, I was 2 away. Here's the thing. People resub, and I don't always get alerts, and it's sad. But I am 3 away right now, and this is the closest I've ever been to hitting my sub goal. Most I've ever had. So either that means I have way cool friends or I'm doing something right. I don't know which one it is. Okay, so these should all work now. I'm not gonna exit when I do the run this time. Game state is declared but not used. It should be used right here. There we go. Okay. Go build. Let's check that. Okay, go run. Is that good or bad? I think that's good. Should we test it out? We should be able to curl the local host. Nope, not that one. Username parameter cannot be empty. It's not empty. If I just do this though, welcome to the game server. So that works. Okay, so it does work. Get return to 400 because it wasn't able to parse out my so right here on get username parameter cannot be empty. Oh. I should have been calling the update. This is going to fail. But it's failing for the wrong reason. So this shouldn't be articles. What I want it to be is I want it to be register, and then I want it to be 1, 2, 3, and then yeah. Cool. Which is fine. Okay, so I need to run essentially a post here, which I'm not doing. I think post is capital D. No, it's X. No URL specified. You're right, it is not. Captain, nobody won. No URL specified. There is definitely a URL specified, and it is register. That or I'm just doing the curl wrong, which I probably am. Where does it say post? But post is supposed to have a payload. I'm not actually using a payload. So I don't think that's actually super good. By the way, I think I'm actually connect to C cookie jar, B cookie. It should be create. Excuse me. Let's do this. Let's have it be get, update, and then delete. But these should both be gets because I'm not providing a payload, right? That's a good question. Get to do. This is a get because I am not providing a payload. And this is fine. But this should actually now be get. And this should be update. And this should be delete. Right? So now this one should be update. No URL specified, sorry. Because get rid of the X because I'm using that wrong. So if I look over here, it does say that will error. No unique exclusion constraint on conflict. So does that mean there's no unique or exclusion constraint matching the on conflict? Yes. Because I wanted it to do nothing. Right, in setup, oh no, this is in game. when I set up the database, oh, did I set up the database here? I created a table and there is a username. The username's not null, with the serial ID and whatever. Insert into user's username. That's called the users. Create value.1 on conflict username, right, which we're providing here. Don't do anything. I don't see a problem. Also, we're not doing the results. Actually, that's fine, but I'm just gonna do that with a status. Yeah, I don't want it to hang out like that. There should be errors and stuff. Right? Oh. So, if there's errors and stuff. Okay. Well, let's try. Is that still running? Okay. Yeah, it's not a thing. I think it's an add header, right? And go run. User registered. There's no unique or exclusion constraint matching the conflict. That means that I need to make that like either a primary key or a foreign key or a unique. I think that's what that means. So here, that means that right here where I say not null, it also needs to be unique. That's not how you spell unique. I'm going to kill this since that's not gonna. Senko Moon. Hey! I don't have a degree in software. I have a degree in physics, which is not even close to software. Besides the fact that they both require linear algebra. You 100% do not need a degree in software to get a job in software. Not at all. You just have to be able to prove that you're good at what you do. So if you learn by yourself, make sure that you have like a good set of projects or a good repository on GitHub, a blog. You don't have to even stand up your own website. I use Medium for my blog. Just like some kind of history of the work you've done and prove that it's good quality work. And it could be whatever you want. And so, you don't have to go to college. You just have to prove that the work you do is good. So pick a language and then start doing projects. Do open source, do projects for yourself, set up your own home monitoring or whatever you want. And that's like honestly the best thing you can do for yourself. I hope that answered your question, and thank you for that follow. Senko Moon. Good. So that did. Now that I have the unique constraint, I'm glad that I finally grokked what that error message meant. So now I should be able to get that. Why does it say that that's empty? Because the other usernames work just fine. Yeah, good luck. I hope my videos help. I hope that you can find some good resources to help you in your travel journeys. Because, you know. I don't know why that's doing that. Because I'm just doing the parameter just like I did here. So. Isn't it username? I set up the route with that as a username, right? Yeah, username. It's user aim, not username. So that means I have an empty. Let's try this again. Bad request user, it won't work. It won't work. Because it's not looking for the right thing. It's looking for a username, and that's not what I've provided. Now let's try. Now the user is registered. Good. Well, it didn't fail. It didn't print anything. Cause like it should have printed a created at, right, for a username. If that username was actually created. Database shut down. Database now ready to accept connections. Did it not work? Did it not work the first time? I don't know. I don't know if it just didn't work that first time. Cool. Interesting. So we're getting a nil error. But it's not actually updating the database. So and then we should do something similar here. This is results. Well, we do rows, right? Oh, this is just one row. So there is actually no error returned here. There isn't a query row? Oh. It should just be one row. I don't need to do a row.scan because there's only one. And it just returns a row, yeah. And I should just be able to scan it. Scan would return an error, and it needs to be a destination. We're going to throw a string in there or something. Did this return an error? Yeah, it did. Unable to find and we're gonna print here for debugging. Because why not? I want to actually do a log. I'm going to do something exactly like that here. Okay. Error is not defined. What do you mean the username is? Declared again. Oh, it is. Oh, we'll just call this user data then. User data. Otherwise, yep. Even though that, okay, yeah. Go run. wrote 2 buffers. Right? So now we should be able to get server unable to find user. I forgot to add a space. How do I remove that highlighting? It's getting really annoying. Okay, so it wrote it. Oh, it expected more than one destination argument in the scan because it's supposed to return all of them, not just one. I know my problem. I'm doing a select all.
Doesn't feel like yesterday. It feels so far away.
Oh, look. That worked that time. Okay. So now it's working correctly. That's good. Could be not working, then that would be bad. But it is working, and that's good. We've been streaming for just over an hour. It's not very long. So, yeah. How's everybody's Monday? Monday. 'Tis Monday. Not Tuesday. It is definitely Monday. I'm at kind of a... not necessarily a writer's block, because I haven't actually started writing, but definitely a mental block. 100% when it comes to this. The reason being, I don't want to build out a whole service that then we're not going to use, but at the same that's not going to be helpful. But at the same time, if I don't have this service, it's going to be really hard to build out the course exercises. Because, like, dummy exercises are stupid. I've said this before, like, dummy exercises are stupid because, like, they could get those anywhere. And they don't actually show you how to implement stuff in the real world. So, like, you want something that you can use in the real world. But, yeah. How do you build something for the real world unless you're building something for the real world? So. I've added some stuff here that kind of talk about what we're doing. This is definitely not done. I definitely also don't have this. Because I can do this last. That's easy. This is definitely probably the next after I figure out how I want the game to work. And like I said, this is one PR. I've already got a ton of stuff for this PR. And this is going to be the last part. I don't... This is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. We already have, like... I'm already building that. So, like, right now we're kind of on this one. I don't know. Be right back. I just need to charge my watch. Yeah, and it's also good to have a freaking reference. Also, O'Reilly hasn't posted my course yet. Excuse me. I'm more important than... Also, I'm supposed to have access to this. No, search for Mariah. Because I'm very important. I don't think they've... Oh, they did. They did. They did. It's up. Freaking yes. That means we can add it to the README finally. Oh yes, I do approve this. For all applications. I use 1Password for everything. We're going to share this out with my friends. O'Reilly Media. I can't spell it because it's spelled weird. Come learn how to build web services with Golang. See there. And now I want this to post every week. I don't care. No, I don't want that. Don't. I don't care. Let's do Twitter. Because we like Twitter, right? See, and then this is something Mariah could put on Discord, right? If Mariah had a Discord. Mariah should make a Discord. Right? So yeah. I'm glad they finally have it up, because it was really weird to talk about it. But that also means I'm behind, because content is not ready. We're working on it. Right? That also means it's time to... Okay. That's there. No, I don't want that. I want the RESTful Go README. So this is the exercise. So. Okay. Oh. See, and again, I just am a little bit flustered by this. I don't know. I do not know why I am so flustered building this stupid thing. But I am very flustered, and it's... I don't know. I don't know why. It could just be my anxiety acting up, which... I mean, I kind of live in a constant state of anxiety, but sometimes, like... Especially when I'm doing something new, or I'm doing something I have to present to people. Like, I have to be in the zone, or else I, like, am super nervous about, like, everything in relation to it. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead. I do think that the best path forward is to just build everything out. In the game, like I said, this is going to be, this will be a web server 20 questions. Web server game 20 questions. This is a game built for the Go Web Services in 3 weeks course. We're just going to put it on course. I'm gonna add this. This should just be, this can just be the repo though, I think. Right? That's okay if that's just this repo. I'm so glad that I have the paste universally. This is 20 questions. A version of the game 20 questions. Oh, Tailscale's holding a conference in May. Man, I wish I was going. Just kidding. I totally am going. I am going to that conference. I will be there. And you should be there or be square. It'll be a great conference for everybody that uses Tailscale. They're not sponsoring me. Who is sponsoring me is HelloFresh. But I only get HelloFresh money if people sign up for HelloFresh. I did use HelloFresh for 2 years. It was fantastic. And then I just quit cooking at some point during the pandemic. I have gotten back into cooking my own food again. And I have not signed up for HelloFresh. I probably could. It would probably work again with my lifestyle. I've just been traveling a lot. And the good news is you can skip a week. So if you are traveling, it's really easy to just skip a week. And it can accommodate your schedule. So HelloFresh is super nice. Is there like a Wikipedia article on this? No. I just want... There we go. I don't want to buy it. I just want like the Wikipedia, like this is what it is. Rules for to do. We're just gonna have right here. Rules. Or how to play. And then we're gonna have step 1. Add your user. Step 2. Start a game. Step 3. Invite players. Step 4. Finish your game. 20 questions is just easy. So that's why I'm saying that. But build out login command. Okay, I think I have the login command built out pretty well. Right? So, like, I am definitely doing that. What I don't have is I don't have tests for this. I'm not going to abstract the database yet. But I definitely do need to add the tests. So, I don't think I need a test on this function. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I do need a test on this function. On this, just this whole thing. It is 2. how you fix this. This is pretty easy to fix. Edit V. Use source. These are just my dot files, by the way. I'm pretty sure you can do this to source your file. Plug status, is that one? Yeah, everything's okay. So clearly my Go binaries, which is down here, isn't working. I mean, that's literally where it lives. So if it's not gonna work there, I can quit everything. Come on. It didn't want to write it. So 1 hour ago. Who bought something on Amazon one? Oh, it probably just shipped an hour ago. That's why it says that it was only purchased an hour ago. So I can do Go tests. And you... I don't want to do just one function, but I do want to do this. Or we'll do all. Perfect. So now I should be able to build out that. Cool. We'll do this. And then we'll do a V-split server API test. Is there no API test? Oh. So it created all the things, but clearly it needs to have a file. What? Template string, no. All. Generate functions for all methods only. Template file. Write tests to test file instead of standard out. That's what I wanted. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted it in the test file. V-split. Server, API tests. Perfect. State get username. So I'm going to do two things here that are super beneficial. The first thing we're going to use, well, I'm not going to say do. We're going to use the SQL mock tests from Datadog. Sorry for that yawn, because I think it's a super valuable library, and I should be able to just create a generic database here that I can use everywhere with my functions, so I'm always getting the same behavior. I mean, I can do it in each one, but it should work. The only problem, I think, am I requiring it? Am I doing a SQL XDB? So SQL XDB, if I remember correctly, is just a wrapper around SQL DB. See? So I should be able to do that just fine. Yeah, with just a new DB. Perfect. And that'll allow me to define, so basically I just am defining string variables. So that should work really well for unit tests. Then the other thing I want is HTTP test Golang. And I do want it in the GoDev package. There are some great examples here somewhere. Are there not? New request. New server. Response recorder. I think I only need the see, look! Handler func. New request. Yeah. And a request recorder. So I only need... I need one for every request. So, like, that's all I need. So this should work just fine. Is that buy me a coffee in the way still? It's supposed to be down here. That's way less in the way, right? Because it's on top of me. There we go. That's better. Right? Super better. Sorry. Sorry if you don't like my ASMR noises. I am very into my ASMR noises. Yeah. Hi, Lulu. Lulu's a dog, and she came to say hi, and I can hear her. She's just hanging out in the room, though. Right, Lulu? You're just having a good time? So how's the music been today? I can't hear it because my computer's being stupid. It probably just needs to be restarted. I probably need some new drivers or whatever. But I was out of town last week, which means I didn't, do any maintenance on my... Anyway, it means my computer needs some love. That's what that means. So because my computer needs some love... It's a good song. Anyway, it does not match the song you're listening to at all. But I can't listen to those because my computer needs some maintenance, so I just put on Spotify, which means I'm listening to Latin music and enjoying every second of it. And you guys have to listen to whatever is playing. And it means I can't skip the bad ones. I also don't have my sound effects. Or really anything fun. So there's that. But you know, whatever. So let's start with, I know get username is first, but update username is the one we built first. So I think we should actually, oh, interesting. I wonder, I don't know, usually I'd use HTTP test, but I'm not using the standard router. I'm using I don't think it matters as long as my reader and writer part of the test stuff. Well, yeah, well. So, yeah, right here. A writer and a recorder with the handle func. Yeah, I should be able to do that the same way. and still be able to use the chi functions that we have been using. So that should work just fine. Yeah, because the server is the other one. I don't think we need the server's what they set up. We don't need that. We want the response recorder, but we're gonna start with this. Oh my goodness, come on. What the heck? It's right here, and it just like shrunk and hit itself. This is what I wanted first. Okay. So like I said, we have this. We only are expecting one thing, which is the update. We're not expecting a commit, we're only expecting an exec, and we're gonna return results, right? We're only doing the normal. So this is, oh, it should be this one, right? The register users. So this is what we expect. Conflict do nothing. And we're gonna return a new result. What are your docs? Here. Of course none. We don't want a 1 and a 1. We want the result to be the username. But how does it know what parameter that is? It's a good question. We'll give it a minute. So when I add this, this is the one thing I really don't like. So we're just gonna have an S in a state. Test, and we're gonna update username. This is gonna be, remember the new DB, all we needed was a driver. So this would be SQL x.new DB. And so the driver is still Postgres. And the new router we haven't set up yet, but this will just be router. And this will be the chi router that we'll set up in a minute. It's fine. And then we do this. Yeah. So then when it does the update username, oh yeah, and we have args, which are that, yes, no. This is a get, and if we go over here to my thing, it is localhost, right? Because we're still calling localhost. I don't have anything else. And I can just straight up do exactly what I expected it to be. But I need those to be defined already. Sorry. Right here. So this needs to be W. This needs to be request. Because I need to add these to my handler function. So and my example of how I set that up is in server setup. Cool. Just a new router with a function. Okay. How did they do the handle func? Handler. Oh, yeah. Okay. And where did they add that handler? Oh, they just called it. Interesting. Interesting. So this is right. It needs to be the exact same as the one that I have. So I'm gonna just do setup the way I already do. No. The new state. Right here. Oh. I didn't remove those, right? They're still there? Okay. So I'm gonna have this thing, a function that is setup router. And it shouldn't return a chi mux. It's gonna return a chi router. It could return a chi mux. But it's gonna do that. And instead of this... Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But instead of doing this... Yes, I do want this. Yeah, I want exactly this. But I'm going to pass a database. Actually, I can just do a setup state and do the database in here too. This right here goes in here. We don't, if I remember correctly, there is an issue. I don't need anything else in this besides the functions I am testing here. So I'm not testing either of those functions. I'm not going to add them. I'm not testing this function, not going to add it. Not test. That's exactly what I want. Okay. So, to my understanding, there is definitely something about defer. I had somebody tell me that defer... JJ Barrera, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How's your day been? You having a good Monday? Just as a word of caution, I do have an ad starting in 1 minute. Ads run every 30 minutes. They are 1 minute and 30 seconds every 30 minutes. This is just one way of supporting my stream. The alternative way is to subscribe. I will decrease the ad rate once I have more subscribers. Now I forgot what I was doing. But that's my word of caution. People who subscribe do not get ads. So yeah, but for everybody else, we're going to continue. I forgot what... Oh, I was going to look up defer. So... to my understanding, defer, the semantics of defer, can get called at a lower level, and it gets run later. Yeah, later in the program, it's usually used for cleanup, or so something like this. We could have done a defer, close. Oh yeah, see they do it here, and they want that done after write file. I was told that you should always defer in the function that you create something. And then that way the person on the other end doesn't have to worry about it. But somebody told me once, and I don't know why, that like actually breaks things. I don't know. I'm good with this until it breaks. Yeah. So we have a request and a writer. We're adding those. Oh, I'm also listening to different music than you're listening to. So if I start singing, I apologize in advance. That I am, oh, guys! We reached 500 followers! So... this is a big deal. Oh, I need to, alt text, screenshot, listing, Twitch, session duration. Session duration of 1 hour and 52 minutes. Six viewers and 500 followers. Edit. Nope, that's fine. Oh, that would be you, JJ Berea. You're definitely in the right place. Thank you, JJ, for being my 500th follower today. Of all times. And yeah, it's a great place to learn Go. Any questions for me? Barrera. Not Berea. Berea's a basketball player. There aren't as many people that stream Go as there used to be. I actually was at the RSA conference and I ran into somebody and got them to follow me on Twitch, so always self-promote. It has taken me over 2 years to get to this point, and I am very excited. So yeah, we're doing just a little bit of Go while I take a break to obviously commemorate this very special occasion. Twitter! And sometimes when I get on Twitter to do stupid things, why won't you let me log in? Yes, that's me. Yes, that's also me. Just let me tweet. I want to add a picture. It's a very important picture. There we go. That's all I wanted, guys. Cool. Yeah, so the defer should work just fine. So yes, JJ, all I'm doing is I'm trying to write some tests. For some functions that I just have so I can finish up this PR and get it merged and then move on to the next thing. Because I could code everything and then go back and finish tests, but I'd like to have some idea that I'm doing it the right way. You know. So as long as I use this, I should be fine. That's not the right request, though. It should be... localhost, no, right? Well, I mean, if I'm just gonna do it arg-wise, it is register, username, and then get. Like, this is straight up what it is. And I should be using... this is just the username I've been using for testing, so... like, that should be fine. Uh-oh. There we go. What? Type equals? Well, those shouldn't have that behind them. We shouldn't have commas there. Literal? What? 83? No, it's called setup test state? Yeah. 83. This is a package I like to use for testing. I mean, this is not. I used a package to generate this test. It's called GoTests, GOTESTS, and it generates templates for you for your tests. And it really helps me, cause yeah, I know I need to go get that. And then I need to do a go mod tidy. And so who's gonna be the first? When is somebody gonna add go mod support to Vimgo? That's my question. Because that would be killer. But yeah. 'Tis where we are at. Cool. So now this should go test compile. I think I have everything I needed. Oh, I'm undefined T and S. 16. T dot fatal. Oh, I do have a T dot fatal. That's no good. So this means I need a T pointer to testing, and I should have this dot T. I should definitely have that. Also on 31, there's no S, which means there's no state. I should have known that because I already ran into that error at least one time. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Now I have to, so that should work. So now, to get rid of it, I have to run go test compile again. Oh. This might work Slack again. Yeah, it does my work Slack again. Which is fine. I just like to be aware. But they know that today is now is stream day. I do have T. 61. I'm not calling that online 61. Oh, I am. I definitely am. And this can just be T. Which is fine. 94 needs an S. This would be tt.s actually. So go test compile. Go test compile is not a actually, what is go test compile? I don't know if that is -C. Yeah, it's the -C option. Cool. I just have only ever used it with Vimgo, so I didn't know that there was a -C. So now I should be able to just do go test. Invalid request argument. Parse. What does that say? Well, I can just do this. Why don't I do... Oh, I can't. Isn't there a way to make that bigger? Invalid URI? Then I probably need the localhost. Localhost? And am I setting up a port here? That's a good question. I do on my other... Oh, I'm not even doing a listen and serve, so I don't need that. I might need that. But I'm not doing... I don't have a server, so there's no need for that. Register username and get. That's what I'm supposed to be calling. Right? Get. I mean, I'm sure somebody will have a guide for how to do Go tests. Conufessine? Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome to chat. We've got some good friends in chat. So Go test compile is fine. Let's go to Golang. This is gonna have some testing examples, right? Testing data. Context tests, mux tests, tree tests. Right deterministic tests for external sources. What does this say with a context test? Route patterns. I seem super sick? I'm not super sick. I was at a conference last week, and because I was at I used my voice a lot, so my voice is just tired. But I'm not actually sick. But you know, it's just a combination of traveling and being in a giant room with 10,000 other people for the conference I was at. X route pattern, X equals context route patterns. That's not what I want. I don't need middle card wired removals. I just want an example of how to use this in tests. Essentially. That is all I want. Testing! Okay, okay. Yes, for Tailscale we do not know. North America and Europe, mainly just the UK. So if you're in the UK, we do hire. And there's a lot of roles we're actually prioritizing in the UK. Specifically, product manager. But I'm sure that within a year we'll have open new regions for hiring. So if you're interested in working at Tailscale, and you do not already work at Tailscale, after Brexit, no more UK. EU would be nice. That's definitely next, 100%. We will have a couple people in the Netherlands before the end of the year. So, like, there's definitely a push to expand to the EU. It was just easiest to start with the UK, I guess, for language reasons or HR reasons or something. But definitely, EU is a big priority for us. Because, I don't know. Let me just say, me personally, I'm not... Oh, look, there goes my throat acting up again. And that's why I have cough drops. I'm not involved in any of the hiring strategy, but me personally... since we are 100% remote and we don't have an office, we're able to prioritize a lot of location-based skills and talent-based hires over location. But yeah, the only thing right now that's limiting us is having a corporation and stuff set up. Oh, good. I'm glad you like Tailscale. You probably have used more Tailscale than I have, and I work there. Most people have. So, I'm glad it works for you. So they have an srouter.serve. Ooh, I think I need this. And that's what I need. Okay, I think this is what I'm missing. Your default solution for every new project? Well, that means you're doing a lot of projects that you're hosting. Like, I'm definitely don't host a lot of my own stuff, so that's why I don't use as much Tailscale as you probably do. So, I don't think this is what I wanted. So this, where it has tt.router.serve http rr and request, this is tt.args. Oh, Tailscale for corporations? Oh, definitely, I can see why it's your default now. You're like, here's something that you can maintain when I'm done, and I don't have to, it's not even hard. I was at the RSA conference in San Francisco last week. And we definitely ran into a lot of people that have used Tailscale for that, where they just contract and you're like, yeah, Tailscale is super easy for us to set up for everybody. I've given it to a ton of small businesses. So, what was RR? Okay, so that's the response recorder and the request, which is a new request and a new recorder. Did I do new recorder? Sweet, so it's just W. So it is straight up W. Yeah, Tailscale is really easy to set up as like for people who contract. I totally agree. It's really easy to manage. I can say completely biased. I'm learning Chi. It's not necessarily my go-to. So I have this course I'm writing. And in that course, part of it is use a web framework to kind of make something a little bit more complex, because I felt like it would be a lot easier to add middleware and monitoring if something already kind of had structures built out for it. So these were some of the options. Chi, Jin, and Fiber were some of the ones given to me. And I kind of, my gut was to pick Chi, so I'm definitely learning. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. So yes, it's definitely me learning. No, the other one. So, I'm learning it. You like Fiber the best? A lot of people like Fiber. Again, I haven't used any of them really. And a lot of that has to do with just having worked on teams where people have already had tooling built out. I mean, at Tailscale, we pretty much we're using it's the Go standard library or Tailscale. Like, that's what we use. We do not use like any third-party stuff. Yeah, I was reading about Fiber just being a wrapper of fast HTTP. So yeah. Yeah, I want people to be able to experiment with whatever they want. And I'm just building one example use case. For the course, because, like, if for some reason they join in the middle, like, there's no requirement in the course for people to be there the whole time. They could, like, join in the middle or whatever. I want them to be able to have a starting point. But if they are going to be there the whole time, they should be able to choose whatever they want. I'm not going to build out stuff for everything. So. Okay. So they have a router serve. And then how do they actually call the endpoint? Mount handlers. Oh. Oh my goodness, thank you for that follow, Canufitine. You're 501. We broke 500 followers today. That's super awesome. And I'm glad you found me because you like Go and Tailscale. And also that you've used Fiber. That's super good. I actually got the recommendations for the web frameworks, like, from Twitch chat, so I do really value the opinions of people who've used things that I haven't used. Execute request. And then I should just be able to check that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Congratulations. I'm really excited. So now that I've called that, I should just be able to check status code, and it should be what do they're using the status code testing response. Oh, they get a response from execute request? No, they don't. That's just that's just the recorder, which is R, which was W. So I can just check it on W. Okay. Good. Don't we love it when Copilot types in what you want? So that should run that. So this doesn't actually make sense. I'm gonna have to remove this. It makes sense as a table test. It does not make sense as a for loop. Because it doesn't. So. Oh, it's well, have a good night. Get some good rest at midnight in the EU. I will try to stream earlier so you can join, but today it just didn't work out with work schedules, but hopefully we can align better. Thank you, Konofu Fichin. Konufichin. I don't want a graphic designer. I get lots of messages on Twitch for people to be like, hey, why don't you get a graphic designer to come do stuff for your site? And like, I don't want to pay a graphic designer. Because I don't. So I'm gonna just do this. We're getting rid of the TT, right? So now we just have W and request. And that should work out. Just as a warning, an ad will be starting in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I am running ads every half an hour because that maximizes my payout. Until I get more subscribers. Once I get more subscribers, I'll be able to decrease the frequency at which I run those. And that should work out pretty well. So that's just by way of announcement when that ad starts. So this should test the state of the username. Do a status OK. Okay. And I should just be able to do W. There we go. DB is unused. Well, fields is unused. Sorry. I talk a lot on Twitch. Oh. That's not here. There's something wrong. Oh. Yeah. This is all unused. But get username is currently not being run at all. So that should work just fine. Cool. So it does compile. We got 500 but wanted a 200. Interesting. It was get, register, kept it, nobody won. When they ran theirs over here, yeah, they just did it. They don't have a handler, so it should be fine. Register username get. And am I doing register username? I am. Oh, 500 mean there was a database problem. Ooh. I know what that means? That means I'm gonna have to do this. A database is closed. That I told you that the defer was gonna get us. So right here. Let's see if that... I am printing all the errors, so... Oh, we're not doing a transaction, though. Also, we don't do anything with the results. Rows affected 1, last insert ID is without arguments. Ooh, that's interesting. Is without arguments is very interesting. And this is, again, I think it's just a hole that I have in my understanding of how the SQL mock library works. So if we go over here, with args, ooh, I will need a with args. And I need to figure out how to use that. That's definitely the difference there. Is there a way? Oh yeah, there is. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I just got completely distracted by myself. I got distracted because that's what I do. So, as I am completely distracted, let's go on. So I need to add a with args because I'm inserting. And then I need to figure out what the with args will do. And it should do 1-1. With args, because we are doing it with args. When our insert, right? It's an insert. With args. Now I don't. So it should just be 1. I think, but I don't know. Do they have Godocs? Okay, args and driver value. With args will match the expected args to the actual database. If at least one argument doesn't match, it will return an error. So specific argument args driver value. So I only want 1, and it should be this. Right? Because that's the arg I'm providing. Okay. Right, and so we'll return result. And what does return result do? Result driver result. It arranges the last inserted ID in the corresponding row, which should be one-on-one. I'm not. Oh, my camera froze. Give me a second. 1 and 1 should be the expected for that. As I'm updating one thing and the ID is 1. Oh boy, boy, boy. Watch, if I do go test, it should be colored. Ha! With arguments 0 kept and nobody won. What? Ordinal number 1, kept and nobody won. Yes, that is the ordinal number, right? Was not expected. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. What? No, it was expected. What do you mean it was not expected? It was very expected. Hi, I'm back. So sometimes, my cam link overheats, and that's what causes it to freeze, and it literally just requires me unplugging it from power to fix it. So it's not hard to fix. Calling query, select username from users. Why is it calling select? It shouldn't be calling select. Am I using the wrong... Yeah, we're only doing the update. Oh, Mariah is calling the wrong one. It's not get, this is update. It's the other endpoint. There we go. With expected, okay, so insert into users, username, values, number 1, on conflict, usernames do nothing. Okay, so... What do you mean? That look, are those not identical? On conflict, username, do nothing. Yes, I know why it's giving me an error, and it's gonna give me a 500 every time I get an error. But this is like literally the exact same SQL. I copy and pasted it from the other one. Look. Copy paste. So was the issue the will return? Because we have a result of an error. Result, driver result. Last inserted ID. Number of rows affected by query. 1 is an auto-generate insert into the primary. Yeah, it should be 1 because I'm doing it sequential, so that's fine. But when we call this, we're getting an unable to update user 500 because it doesn't match. I'm about to redo everything. Does this get written? Okay. And just abstract it myself. Am I passing the query param in both queries? It's a good question. I know I am passing it in the regular query. I do not know. I could be implementing the SQL mock stuff wrong. So with args, it can be anything. Okay. So I just have to provide it. Captain Nobody 1 is the one that I'm providing right here. There. So it seems to me like I'm passing a query in both. So we are putting that. There is an error I'm getting. So let's make sure. And that should be, that's this right here. The exec query could not match actual SQL, which means I have an error. In my wording somewhere. So that's where we're at. And to me, this matches this exactly. So they do. So if they match exactly, then clearly the error was the error's gotta be somewhere else. It's gotta be gotta be. It doesn't have to be anything, because I'm still very unfamiliar with this library. But to me, the most logical place, besides the fact that I'm going to do this, the most logical place has to be with the args, right? Expected exec is a expected SQL screen. Okay, so I give it the string, it's the exact same string. We expect there to be args, right? The args are driver value, which is any, which is an empty interface. And then we'll return result, where the result doesn't matter. I mean, we're not getting an error on the result at this point. So, insert we can also add this later. Let's stick this right there. Cool. Undeclared mock. Ooh, that isn't. Oh. I don't care then. Yes. I don't know. So, I don't know what it could be besides an issue with the argument. So yeah, when they do record stats, they're providing the database 2 and 3. I am giving it the exact same argument that I am providing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's saying that it can't match the regex. I'm gonna delete this in about 5 seconds. Couldn't match actual SQL with expected regex. They look the same. Not only do they look the same, they are the same. So yeah, I have a very, very, very simple solution to this. And that is, instead of using the mock SQL library, which I think is a fantastic library, I just create my own mock on the database server and return what I want for the functions. Which does require a slight bit more abstraction that I didn't really want to do at this level. But it's not that big of a deal. Like at all, it's not that big of a deal. I just don't. I don't want to introduce that yet. Like, I don't. Ooh, I might be able to. This is a pointer. I don't want to. No, I need to make the test worthwhile. Because I am returning more than 200s. So. Delete username passes because there's no test in it. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll add that, but I need to use the restroom. So I will be back. I'm gonna go ahead. I will run the ad now so I don't have to do it in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be right back. It'll take 5 minutes. So in the meantime, let's do a poll while we're waiting. So I'll start a poll. The poll will take 5 minutes. And then, yeah. It'll be a 5-minute one. There's the same result in Stack Overflow? Oh, good to know. That means I'm not crazy. I'm glad I'm not crazy. It does use regex to match it, which means it could literally be anything from weird escapes to other stupid things that Go does with its strings. Especially since I'm using a string primitive. Right here, I always use string primitives when I do SQL, because it allows you to do multi-line queries. Okay. Sorry, I am taking a restroom break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna start the ad break, do the poll, and then when we come back, we will add an interface to our database, and we will mock that out, and it should be good. Okay. I will see you in 5 minutes. I'm back. Thank you, JJ. I'm sorry if I missed you, but thank you for joining, and I hope to see you again next time. But how is our poll going? Did people actually vote in our poll? Oh, our poll ended. What's the results? Nobody voted in it? Well, serves me right. Oh, I was gonna grab cough drop, sorry. I am not sponsored by Ricola in any way, but they are my favorite cough drops. And if they ever want to sponsor my stream, please do. If anyone ever wants to sponsor my stream, let me know. Like 1Password, I stream about them all the time. Okay. So, instead of doing the database SQL, which is really sad, that we can't use the SQL mock. Don't do that. What we're going to do is we're going to have a database, and then we're going to have a queries. No. We'll just make a user.go. And then we'll also make, nope, database. Again, I've done this so many times. It's pretty second nature to me what I want. I like to have setup functions. In the setup files, again, setup functions live in the setup files. And then they have the struct, essentially. And that will have, I like to have a database. I like to call it a client. It's weird. But that way you're not doing DB. And this will have, we'll call this, we can, yeah. And then we do that. And then this new, again, I like to have a function called setup. Oh, I'm going to need to document all of these before I push it up. And that returns not a pointer to the client, because the only thing in it right now is a pointer, so it doesn't make sense to have a double pointer. We do this already in setup. So instead of doing this right here, we pull this out. We're going to call this database. We can call it database. I don't care, because it doesn't actually call anything internal to it. It's only going to call the external function. So db, no, will equal database dot setup. The only thing I actually need here would be a context. Nope, I don't need a connection string. It looks like I'm actually not using a context here. Is there a query context? I mean, usually there's, anyway. So I do db equals db, okay. And so that's done. My unexpected declaration of struct. It's because that's not how that works. It's type. Oh. That must be in the Go. We don't need this here anymore. That actually makes more sense here. There is no reason in this design setup that we need to have this locally. I mean, we can get, if I decide to make these environment variables, I can get them anywhere. So it makes sense. You got a string. Oh, I should have got my watch while I was out. Okay. Oh, this should be SQL X. The benefit of having SQL X is I get to use a lot of those functions. So now, right here, instead of doing this, I will say user data is equal to s.db dot get user data username. And that will also return an error. Nope, so we're gonna do a func. Oh, and this setup, did I change that? And so now this is no longer SQL X, this is database.client. Okay. Those look exactly the same. We're getting the username from here. And we scan it right into there. We return the two things like. So that's good. And yeah, but we actually don't want this to be called client. I'm gonna create an interface called connection. Or connector, I don't know. Somebody told me interfaces should be verbs. I'm like, that's a rule. And that's gonna have, what are we calling it? Get user name? Yeah, get user data. Right? And so now it's gonna be a pointer. So now instead of this, we're gonna call this a connection. This is gonna return a pointer because you need pointers to satisfy interfaces. If anybody tells you otherwise, they are lying. Now this needs to be a pointer. I know. Why did it? Okay. It's just taking a minute to write everything. Cannot use DB. To satisfy that, it should be able to, because it's a pointer to the client. Oh, it's fine. It just must have had something to do with the order of the save, so I'm not going to worry about that yet. But now, And the whole reason for doing this we no longer do this. We're going to have a type test db struct. And the only thing that matters for this is that this function has a pointer. We are going to talk about this in the course, so I can add it. We don't have a type user. We're only returning a string. And so I can just hard code this straight up as the argument I've been providing. Because that's what it wants. And then when I do this, instead of doing test setup state, did I delete that function? Okay, I didn't just delete that function. I just do db is equal to not that is equal to new test db, and I can just do that, and now that's a pointer. And as long as it continues to implement the interface, it will work. Okay, I am coughing because my throat is tired from speaking all last week at a conference and then from speaking all day today. I apologize. If this gets unsufferable, I may actually call it a day early and log out of this stream, because that's really annoying. But I don't know. We'll give it a minute. I do want this. Oh, now I don't need to run that close. That's nice. That is not how interfaces work. Sorry. That's also not how interfaces work. We just need to see the format real quick. Okay, yeah. Now it should work. Yeah. I won't just comment this out because we're not doing anything with it. So now, because we have a valid state with a valid router, we have a happy path. Oh, we got a lot of work to do. So that's pretty simple. It doesn't make any sense to test these functions. The only thing that testing this would do would be validating the SQL. Which doesn't make any sense right now. Sorry if I don't talk, it's just to rest my voice. I hope the music's enjoyable. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat and I may start responding. But I just don't want to... Coughing's just annoying. Like, there's no point in me streaming if I'm gonna cough the whole time, so... How's the music? I'm listening to different music than you, so I've got some dance tunes.
We fell out, we were the stars with no light, we're the snow in July, we're the earth with no light. I keep asking myself, how's life been? Now I'm asking, how will I go on? Now I'm asking,
So one thing I like to do, when I'm doing mocks like this, I'll have a test DB. I'll do something like pass DB, and then I'll have another one, which I'll do underneath, which I will have a fail DB. That way I can simulate returning errors in those functions where I expect there to be failure cases. So this, I do want that, but like I said, I want there to be an error. And I should do something as similar to the original as possible. As the original. So there is no error here. But it should be, I don't know, I like it to be as close to the original as possible. And now that they're all generated, they should probably look the same. So cool. So now I can do the rest of this. And let's add the fail case here. There's a secret here. And I should have put an exclamation point at the end of that go test compile, because then it doesn't reroute me. There will be an ad rolling in 1 minute. I am rolling ads every half an hour because it maximizes my revenue. The ads are a minute and 30 seconds. Essentially, once we hit 10 subs and we can keep 10 subs for a couple months, I will be decreasing the rate that we do ads. So that is the extent of that. So ads are a minute and 30 seconds. It'll start in about 40 seconds. Or in about 10 seconds from now. If you're just joining, I'm not talking to conserve my voice. We will probably be wrapping up soon, but I wanted to get this test, these tests working before we wrap that up. So. And 3, 2. What do you mean? So basically, I changed the names of these, so they no longer satisfy the interface. Upsert username. Now it does. It didn't satisfy the interface. Okay. I just need to figure out what that is. Okay. I will... Yeah, my throat's not gonna work. I'm gonna finish this offline. So, thank you for hanging out today. We've had an awesome stream. I should be all throated better next week. You know. And that's all that matters. So if you want to, you can obviously follow the repository if you want to see how I implement the tests, but it'll be on the next stream. So I gotta find somebody to read. But thank you for hanging out. And for having fun. We will see you next week. Have a big ol' party. Peace.